So apologies for inconvenience. We were talking about the commercial acumen. So commercial acumen means be practical. So within the scenario, identify if something, if someone, identify that inside and outside all the factors are favorable. Number two, is there any constraints, either internal or external? And this is also called the commercial acumen, that highlight any alternative business opportunities. Highlight any alternative business opportunities. So that's need to identify. Alternative business opportunity, need to identify. That's also the point. So this is what about the commercial acumen. Sir, do let us know the very important point. This 5 marks of PSM, analysis evaluation, skepticism, and commercial acumen, how these are split in terms of marks. It's not any standard marks, number one. But another important point is that there are no standard marks, but these 5 marks is split. These 5 marks indulge with the technical marks. We cannot say this is something isolated. For example, if we are calculating something, so we must sure that the calculation must be right, number one, and we will use the Excel functions or spreadsheet functions. And our working is properly structured and proper labeled. So that means we will be able to get automatically the technical marks and the PSM. Once again, for example, if we are doing this calculation, the number one, the first thing is that if my calculation is right, so I'm able to get technical marks. Simultaneously, if my working structure is if my working structure using the spreadsheet functions, my working structure in a manner that left side is a main working, right side workings, and the label of working 1 and 2 using all functions, that means I am not getting only the technical marks but also the professional skill marks. That's the point. Moreover, furthermore, same case with the theory. If I am writing some theory, so I am getting the technical marks with the theory, but also indulging the skepticism point, commercial acumen point, analysis evaluation point. So I will be able to get not the technical but also the PSM marks, professional skill marks. So that's the point. So come on with the context of the theoretical aspect of the part A, or before entering with the theoretical aspects, I must say that if, for example, this is what 6, 2, 3, 5, 16 marks question. So if you are attempting 16 marks question, so 16 marks is actually technical. But this 16 marks also the professional skill marks, and that is 20%. So that is 20%. So 20% of 16 is equal to 20% of 16. That's 3.2. That's 3 marks for this. So actually you are not attempting 16, you are attempting 19 marks question. 19 marks questions. And For example, so be conscious about that. Whenever you are attempting the calculation, so you must ensure that yes, I am doing the right calculation. Furthermore, in using the Excel functions, furthermore, my working structure is properly layout, properly labeled. So marker will easily identify all the workings and properly presentable. So that means I am automatically generating not my technical marks but also the professional skill marks. I hope it's clear to all of you. So this 19 marks includes the A1, A2, A3, A4 calculation, and now we are working with the theoretical part as well. If we move towards the theory part, for example, Hathaway comments. For example, Hathaway comments. So what is this point? What you are viewing in front of your screen, a picture? What is so called? That is called planning. Very good. Even calculation, even theory. The first very important thing is that you have to plan your answer. You have to plan your answer. You have to plan your answer. First, before moving to the answer, that's number one, you have to plan your answer. Plan your answer with this content. Number one, time management. Number one, time management. You know very well that you are attempting here for 4 marks. Sir, 4 marks? Yes, for comments. With the marking scheme, mention that for A part, this this theoretical matter, that's called recommendation, that's called analysis and comments your findings. That includes 4 marks. So 4 marks means 4 marks multiplied by you have 2.25 minutes for each mark. How we have calculated 2.25? That's you have to refer my first orientation lecture. You have 3 hours, 180 minutes, and you need to attempt not 100 marks question, actually technical 80 marks. Technical 80 marks. 20 marks is a part of the technical marks. So you have 80 marks to attempt with PSM. 80 marks to attempt with quality called PSM. So actually you have 2.25 minutes for each mark. Is equal to you have 9 minutes. You have 9 minutes, you have to spend 20% for plan. 20 into 9, that is 2 minutes you have to plan. Think about that. Before attack, you have to think 80% time to attack. If you wanted to win this war, you have to invest 20% time for planning. And for this, you need to practice from now. That's 7 minutes you need to work out for attack. That's a point. That's the first thing. So at the time of planning, you have to bear in mind how much time I have, because you have to be very much strict for the time management. If you have 9 minutes for this question, after 9 minutes, actually and if you are attempting same question after 9 minutes, you will actually losing, or you at the end of the 3 hours, you will not be able to attempt 100% question, 100% exam question. And you have a target to attempt 100% proper question, appropriate question. Number two, marks management. Marks management. Sir, what is the meaning of the marks management? Number one, how much to write? How much to write? Based on marks. Based on marks or availability of the marks. Here, 4 marks available. For 4 marks, 3. Based on marks. Here 4 marks, for 4 marks, that's 3 complete points. 3 complete, concise and complete. 3 relevant, concise, complete points. Relevant, which is relevant to the case. Not incorporate any other things. Relevant to the case. Concise, to the point. Complete. If you are focusing on concise, not ignore that, your points must be complete. All the matters you have to cover. That's the quality of your answer. Time by time, you will be able to incorporate all these ingredients. Don't worry. Number 2, what to write. What to write. That means you have to think, plan. Before attacking, you have to think what 3 points you need to write. For example, whenever you are commenting of the NPV or APV, always start with facts. That is called interpretation. Always start with the facts. Number 2, here with this case, you need to comment with expected value. In fact, critic with expected value. Incorporate some points of skepticism. Then make a final comment. And always with the final comment, use diplomacy. What is the meaning of diplomacy? I will tell you. So first, the key points you need to pick up. Okay, I will write with this roadmap, with this points, with these points. Then start writing accordingly. For example, and definitely you not just consider the technical marks. These are, do remember, these are, you have to incorporate, means plan for technical marks plus professional skill marks. Both the things. That's first you need to start thinking with the technical marks. But before, at the last moment, you also need to think. That's called icing on cake. The professional skill marks. Okay, I will write the answer. Let's incorporate the facts of the questions. That's analysis evaluation. I will critique the methods. I will critique the information. I will illustrate some example to the point, some limited examples. That's called commercial acumen. Critic, skepticism. Relevant facts, that's analysis evaluation. Automatically your answer will conclude. For example, if I am adding these points, for example, if I am adding more things, after that you start writing according there. But here I am discussing more things. For example, if I am going to start with this question, start with facts, that's interpretation, all the things. And for example, out of 4 marks, 2 marks here. So what 2 marks include? The number 1 point here, the chief engineer, CE is the chief engineer proposal. The chief engineer proposal. First we have done with the chief engineer proposal. That is something 7027 or 7.03 million. 7.03 million. I will compare with sell the concept. And sell the concept here available. Sell the concept, it's available within the question. Sorry. That is 4.3 here. That's 4.3 million. So I will interpret the answer. Let's compare the, if we consider the chief engineer proposal, that's 7.03 versus sell the concept, that's more beneficial is chief engineer proposal. But on the other hand, that's 1 mark, that's done. The another 1 mark, the finance director proposal as well, we need to consider. And here the finance director proposal, and that is somewhere about that is 3.26. Or whatever the value you have calculated. Finance director proposal versus sell the concept. So start with the facts. Maybe the calculation having a minor difference. For example, the finance director proposal is 4.19 million. And sell the concept is 4.3 million. So here we consider, if we consider finance director proposal including the expected values point, then it's better to sell the concept. Immediate after this, you have to comment with the expected value, because the finance director proposal, it's based on expected values. So expected values, you have to comment that for expected value, that is average. That is average. So you need to critique that's its average. Either 70% chance this, 30% chance this, or whatever the average here. But in the real world, nothing is average. That in the real world, that absolute will happen. Absolute will happen. Either the situation becomes worse or better. So that is the critic of expected value. Moreover, in this question, 30% chance that's NPV is only 0.893 million. 30% chance. And with this 30% chances, we have identified the risk attitude. Someone may back, some of the shareholders may be possible that only 30%, that's only NPV of 0.83 million, 893 million. That's too low. So we don't need to go for that. So that's also the point. That's called the risk attitude. So number 1, this comment of the expected value also have 1 mark, and then make final comment. Final comment also have 1 mark. 1 mark. And here I mentioned the final comment some diplomacy. Although you need to mention here the proposal with the chief executive having the positive NPV, you need to proceed accordingly. And here with this question, there is nothing the absolute we can say. Nothing we the absolute we can say. But we need to consider that we need to put up the things. Although whatever the decision the board will take based on the risk attitude, but more things we need to incorporate. For example, we have to consider the sensitivity analysis point. Sensitivity analysis. So if we incorporate the sensitivity analysis point, that's called some diplomacy here. You cannot say something exact yes or no. You have to incorporate some more points because it's a future oriented. So let's read the solution. Now come on. This is the solution. And this is what about the student caliber solution that I have made for you. Number 1, stick with your plan. Number 1, I will start with interpretation. Number 1, based on chief engineer assumption, the project generates NPV 7.02 million. Should therefore be accepted to the option to sell the concept of as compared to sell the option or concept 4.3 million. But on the other hand, when finance director objections are incorporated and considering the expected value, the NPV with recession is 4.19. So should therefore be rejected in favor of option to sell. So whatever the facts you are incorporated here, whatever the facts, you just not able to get the technical marks, but also the professional skill marks. That's called analysis and evaluation. Sir, how the analysis and evaluation? Analysis and evaluation includes this point, these 2 points. The number 2, use of data to support Is my voice clear to all of you? Can you please reply me? The discussion, it's very important here. Okay, what I was saying that there are 2 points to consider for analysis and evaluation. Number 1, use of data to support discussion and draw appropriate conclusion. And here the 4th one, identify the relevant factors and link with the case. So here PSM, analysis evaluation, facts, use of data and facts, connect with case. That's 2 points. So that is called the professional skill marks of analysis evaluation. Number 2, after this, you have to critique the expected values. It should be noted that expected NPV of 4.19 is average. That's you critique here. In other words, it is the average NPV if project is carried out repeatedly, which may not be useful in case of one-off development opportunity. One-off means either one side, it's nothing it's expected value means the things may happen at, for example, best or worst. But in practically, there one thing will happen. So that is called you critic the method. Skepticism. Critic the method of expected value. Furthermore, you incorporate one more thing. Based on the, don't worry, the document I will provide you where it mentioned that all the comments. Based on the calculation number, there is 30% chance NPV will 89,000, 893,000, 0.893, which may pose a risk to the director not to prepare to take. The director attitude to risk will be important for the final decisions. This attitude of risk, this statement, attitude of risk, it's not the part of the question. It's not the part of the question. But mark my word, if you incorporate some practical aspects relevant to the case, if you incorporate some practical aspects relevant to the case, that is called commercial acumen. Facts, other facts, or illustrations, but relevant to the case. Relevant to the case. So that's called commercial acumen. And the final wordings. Final wordings. Furthermore, the analysis largely depends on values of probabilities, range of possible outcomes. The variables called revenue, cost means information accuracy. The assumptions we are taking here. Here, the assumptions we are taking, the probabilities we are taking, that's the case based on. So, risk and uncertainty, like sensitivity analysis, may be useful in testing the impact of variation in each variables on the final outcome. That's, I said, diplomacy. But examiner wording is not diplomacy. Examiner wording instead, in that sense, identify some missing information or, and this is the point of analysis and evaluation, or I can say that you illustrate more information to support your decision making. More information. This is called commercial acumen. Commercial acumen. That's your final answer. Conclude. This is the combination of technical marks and professional skill marks. With my more exam-based questions, especially September 18th onwards, almost all of my question having the discussion related to technical marks and professional skill marks as well. Some so-called digital revision kit, including the professional skill marks. Don't worry. So candidates, can you please reply me? Is that clear, whatever I'm saying to you? Can you please reply me who are taking the live session? Even you are watching the video, if not able to take the live session, watching the video, you can ask me the question. That's how to handle the things. So I hope that you people have covered that, not only the technical marks, but also the PSM. Do remember that PSM preparation is the regular studies part. It's not like that. First, we will cover the technical marks, but at the end, before just before the 10 days of the exam, we will cover the professional skill marks. No, professional skill marks is actually the part of the regular studies because it's inside the technical marks. Inside the technical marks. That is the point. So now we have done the calculation matter. With this particular session, what we have done, we have done that. What we covered, actually, we covered that two things. For any NPV and APV questions, number one, whenever we handle the theory part, how to cover the theoretical. Can you all please reply me? Is my voice clear to all of you? Is my voice clear to all of you? Okay, once again, concluding my session. With this session, the number one, I have covered how to handle the final comments of the APV and PV question, number one. But number two, I've also covered with my initial phase of the classes, whenever you are covering the NPV or APV, how to handle the professional skill marks. Professional skill marks, number one, will shape up of the requirement like this manner. For section B type questions, examiner will ask you the question with 20 marks technical and 5 marks professional skill marks. Professional skill marks is actually indulging. It's actually the indulging with the technical marks. So initially, what I discussed with you that what means the professional skill marks, which I've already covered with the previous videos. Okay, that you can refer with the YouTube. Analysis evaluation means what? Skepticism means what? Commercial acumen means what? Then I applied all the things with this particular answer, where I emphasize first, before attempting any part of the question, either calculation or theory, you have to plan the things accordingly. You have to plan the things accordingly. First of all, I have to plan. So first we first plan the things. What is the meaning of plan? Plan includes the time management, plan includes the marks management. Then I say to you that with the marks management, you have to cover the things, how much to write, with the consideration of whatever you will write, your points must be relevant to the case, concise means to the point, and all the aspects need to cover. That's complete. Number two, plan the things, what the key points I will write. The key points we highlighted. First, we will start with the facts. Number one. Then, with the facts, we will comment with the expected value or the critic with the expected value, and then my final wordings. After that, I covered that what technical points I will cover and how to incorporate the professional skill marks. Interpretation of the maths means the professional skill marks, the use of data, and the facts connect with the case. That's called analysis evaluation. If we critique the expected values, that's called skepticism, the method. If we add on the attitude of the risk of the directors need to consider with 30% chance of the very low NPV, that's add-on illustration. Add on the example. That's called commercial acumen. If my final wordings include some diplomacy, that's whatever the decision the company will make, but need to consider based on the information I provided to you. You have to incorporate, or you have to consider more risk and uncertainty methods like sensitivity analysis. So this recommendation or diplomacy you are using, I can say that this is a commercial acumen that's illustrate more information relevant to the case, or we can say that analysis and evaluation, that's called identify some missing information. So that's, I've concluded the points accordingly. I hope that you people have covered the things, conclude all the matters. If you have any question, you can ask me. So I hope it's all clear to you. So can you please reply me? Are you people happy with this session? Very happy, very, very happy, not happy? Do reply. Thank you very much. If you people have taking watching the video through YouTube and wanted to connect with me on the WhatsApp, you can contact me 0092-321-827-1784 on my WhatsApp number with the official hours. This is my WhatsApp number. So thank you very much about the session, and keep moving towards the material I have shared with you. By Monday, I will add the target dates with all my syllabus areas, and you have to cover the syllabus area with the target dates. With the target dates, I will assign with my roadmap of the syllabus with the target dates, and you have to cover the things with the target dates. Okay. So thank you very much, and do remember, if I assign any assignment to you, you have to submit me the assignment on my email address. Submit the assignment to the email address where I will highlight your mistakes and give the feedback and reply to you accordingly through the email. Thank you very much. That's a call progress evaluation system will start by the next week, inshallah. Thank you very much. Take care a lot. Assalamu alaikum.